on the lifeboat, I think. Let's see. Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. So, I'll tell you how this has been. Live chat. I'll tell you how this has been, people. I have tried getting on the Wi-Fi. I have tried getting on every network possible so that I could go live. I went down, had people help me. I am not computer savvy in any way, shape, or form, and it is somewhat depressing trying to pretend that I am. So I had my hey Alan, good to see you, brother. So I had my laptop out here, all set up and ready to roll, and simply put, I'm not a smart man. I'm not computer savvy in any way, shape, or form. And after I have somebody help me do something twice or three times or four times, and I start feeling like I'm not firing on all cylinders, then I try to use the phone. And I'll be really honest with you, the phone wasn't getting it done. If you go and look, you're going to see probably three attempts before this one worked. And it's working because, are you ready? I'm in a Starbucks parking lot. And I know that without any thinking at all, my phone will hook up to any Starbucks Wi-Fi anywhere in the world. So I'm on the road, and there's a day coming where I will tell you exactly what I have been doing for work while on the road, and it's I don't know. I consider it to be the most exciting thing that I've done since I started the lifeboat. To be sure, this is going to be the biggest thing that I've done, and I think it's going to benefit the channel. It's going to bring in a lot of new blood. I'm a bit bummed out that I haven't been able to go live on the fives. To be honest, I could have done the 5 a.m. this morning if I could have figured out a way to hook up. I didn't try to be, to keep it real, but I could have done the 5. I didn't have to do anything this morning until about 3 in the afternoon, and I got more sleep last night than I've gotten in I can't remember how long. Let's see what. Oh, you know what? That's interesting, Johnny. I mean, I'm gonna try to figure out what it is because lost another of my boys to Fent. Oh my God, Piperlin, I'm so sorry. I'm really really sorry, Piper. This is one of the things that I'm talking about. Actually, it's one of the reasons that I'm doing what I'm doing right now and beating that drum. I I understand. I mean, I don't understand what you're going through, but I understand that you're pissed. Boy, do I understand that. I think that all parties involved who understand what's going on with fentanyl being brought into to this country unabated. And again, I'm not doing politics. I don't give a crap what party you have anything to do with. Nobody's doing it right. Bottom line, nobody's doing it right. And I don't care about political affiliations or political parties. I've only got one issue. That's it. My issue is fentanyl. First party that figures out a way to handle it, I will campaign for. Right, left, down the middle, I don't care. Because the biggest problem that we got right now is losing people that I care about to that crap. So, I don't care. I honestly could care less which party, but someone is going to come up with a plan. Someone is going to say the right things and really make you believe. And then we got to hold our feet to the fire because this is the number of people that we're losing and the rate that we're losing them is like nothing else that we've seen. Alan Ballantyne, it's a whole lot easier taking road trips when you're with me. The doing the whole 6 or 7 hour drive, 8 hour drive without my co-pilot is it was considerably more difficult this time around. Hello, Tammy. Good to see you. Yeah, well, you'll need to get back over here, and we'll tear up the United States again. Alan and I had we had a great time road tripping around the country. There were some other things that he and I did that we should have filmed. They I don't know how much they would have liked us filming from inside a missile silo. We went to a shut down, an actual no lie missile silo. It was pretty incredible stuff. And they had a missile in there without a warhead on it, that the top of which has to be clear plastic so that the Russians can see from space and know that it's not an active missile. It was just such a bizarre. The whole thing was surreal, and but I don't know that they would have been very happy if we had been filming in there. But it was pretty fascinating stuff. Hello, Emma. Hey, Franklin. Good to see you, brother. Long time no see. Good to see you back. I shouldn't say long time no see. You've been back. It's good to see you back, man. It really is. Gypsy Daisy? Doesn't sound like something you really got to say correctly, or it doesn't sound right. Gypsy Daisy. Boy, hold on, people. I have to work on the air conditioning here a little in my comfort suite. You know what? I'm going to make a couple of phone calls and see if I can maybe. I even am, like, I was set up and ready to roll. I had the Yeti Blue. I've got the entire setup. I was ready to go. What's up? But no love at all when it comes to anything that deals with technology. It's a bit depressing. But if you've been with the lifeboat for any length of time, then you've probably seen me have to tap out and go to the phone 2 or 3 dozen times, depending on how long you've been here. The phone almost always works. And since we're a channel, I was showing Johnny this the other day, and I don't remember who else I was with, but I was showing Johnny and somebody else. But because of how much the lifeboat goes live, we don't do anything that's not live, and haven't in a hot minute. So we're part of a beta test program for the Big Red Button. So I've got a couple of things that I can do going live directly to YouTube, like I just did, that other people can't do, which is kind of cool. But I couldn't get it to do through my my computer. All I got to do is, if I want to invite other people, I have a button that just says, go live with a friend or something along those lines. And most content creators who pull it up don't see that. Johnny didn't, and somebody else I was with at the time didn't either. Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but it's because I think we've never done, well, since like the first maybe month and a half, we haven't done anything that was not live. So they asked us to use it and weigh in on it. And to be honest, I go through StreamYard so often that I didn't get to weigh in on anything. I haven't been helping them much on that, but it's a pretty cool setup. And I don't know, I kind of felt pimpy to be able to do it when other people couldn't. I mean, I thought that was kind of cool. I am going to be going back to work shortly, actually. In fact, it's almost 2:00, so this isn't going to be a 1 hour. And you know what, people? If I had been able to figure out how to get the computer up, I started doing this so long ago you wouldn't believe it. I could have done a 2-hour. I could have done a 2-hour live. I really could have, which is sad, but it is what it is, I guess. 7th, good to see you. Rip Curl Readiness. Hey, Rip. Rip, when all is said and done, you will appreciate the current mission. This is a good one. This is a good one for what we're fighting for and everything else. This is, yeah. I'm now sort of in a similar situation to my brother, in that I've got some really cool stuff that's going to be coming up for the boat, which means that we have some really cool stuff that's coming up for the boat. But sadly, I can't talk about it yet. So that is what it is. But we're in for we're in for a good time. I promise not to work too hard. To be really honest, this is Nick. Good to see you. This is probably the most rest that I've gotten. I can't tell you, honestly. Wouldn't be able to tell you the last time I got this much sleep. Last night we worked until probably 11ish, and then I went into my room and just out. And I mean a different kind of out than I've had in a long time. No nightmare. I slept through the evening with no dreams, no nothing, and that was about maybe 8 or 9 or 10 hours of sleep. And then I got up and texted a couple of family members, and then I went in and laid back down. I went right back to sleep, and slept for a long time. I got more sleep today than I can remember getting. Andrew, good to see you, bud. So that's a bonus. It's a bonus. And normally I don't sleep great when I'm not, in my own digs. But I think my body had, after the road trip and everything else, I think my body was just like, I'm done. Tapping out. Yeah, I did need some rest. I'll tell you something else that worked out to help with the whole rest thing is that when I got here yesterday, I didn't have a lot of time to go in and rest up and take a nap. So after a very long road trip, I kind of had to go in and start going to work and talking to people and doing what we were going to be doing. And that meant that I drove that entire way, and then I worked until late into the evening. And so when I went to sleep, I went to sleep. I really went to sleep. It was a beautiful thing. And now I've got 1 hour, and I got to go back to more the location that I was at, because where I'm at right now is not where I need to be. But Starbucks will never fail you. You can always use the Wi-Fi at Starbucks if all else fails, and you don't even need to punch in any codes. Starbucks is convenient as hell. Are they secure? I don't know. I'm not really. This guy next to me is having a real difficult time getting out of the parking space. I don't think that Starbucks made these things quite wide enough. Paul Sargent, what's up, Paul? Oh no. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. I was talking to someone who was here yesterday, because if you've only seen me on YouTube, then when you meet me in person, my arms are something that will get your attention, because I've showed them on screen and filmed them before. I've got a lot of scars and things from abscesses and from things that needed to be lanced and cut, and then things that got cut for other reasons. But my arms are a mess. I mean, just a hot mess. They're just scarred up like nothing you've ever seen. And I think one of those things that when I'm not on YouTube and you see me in person, they tend to go, "Damn, what happened to your arms?" But the tooth abscess, that's the worst. I was also telling a story yesterday about my 6 months of a abscessed molar. I put a kite in, a medical kite, BP8, in federal speak, federal prison talk. I put in a BP8, which is the start of a complaint process that you can take, honestly, all the way to the Supreme Court, which would be like a BP 13, I think it is what it is. After your BP 12, you're actually going to like the Supreme Court kind of thing, if you get all the way to the top, a 13 or a 14, whatever. But I filled out a BP8 saying I need to get a tooth pulled because the pain is just more than I can handle. And that was in September, and they didn't pull it until January. And that story came up yesterday as well. The people tend to think that prisoners get treated better than we do. You hear, if you listen to talk radio and people call in and they say, well, they've got medical care and they get, 3 good meals a day and everything is taken care of, and I promise you, the medical care and all of those great meals and all the stuff you hear him talk about, no one's got any perspective on that at all unless you've been there. And it's just, the food's disgusting. The medical care is, they don't care, is what it is. There is no care. Now, that's not 100% fair. I had one doctor when I was in California, in Victorville. There was a Dr. Fernandez, and I put him out there because I'm going to say something great. But Dr. Fernandez gave a crap. That dude was the real deal. But in a lot of time, he was the only one I ever saw that cared, and which is frustrating. But if you don't want to deal with all that, I'm going to recommend that you don't break any laws that get you sent to prison. I did. I'm the reason that I was there. I'm not one of those people that was there because somebody told on them, or they were there because I was there because I broke the law and got caught. I mean, there were a lot of people helped along the way, but I put myself there. No matter who's snitching, if you didn't do anything wrong, you can't get thrown in prison, right? And I was doing plenty wrong, which is high anxiety today. Family coming down. Prayers would be greatly appreciated. Absolutely, Sandy. Family can be tough. Family can stress you out. It's they can also be the greatest thing in the world, though. And communication. If you can communicate with your family, and if you can let them know where you stand and why you feel the way you do and what they do, how what they do affects you. This is when you got to communicate. You don't say things like, you always do this, and all of those statements that tend to cause people to get into arguments. If you say things like, you know what, I'm glad that you're here. I get stressed out because I love family and I don't want it to go south, and I don't want to argue or anything like that. But I hate the feeling of stress when family gets together. Can't we just all maybe lighten up and have a good time today? I think I've made that speech a few times. I don't know that it's ever worked. To be really honest, I don't know that there's ever been a lot of love from the speech itself. But you know what? It's not unique to anybody in the world, right? Every family, if you ask anybody, how's Thanksgiving? I love getting together with my family. But there's always a little bit of tension, and there's always a little bit of stress, and then you throw in the fact that people are cooking and doing all the things that they have to do. Where is Squirrel? You know what? Fortunately, Squirrel Nut Zipper is being taken care of by someone that she almost has a hard time distinguishing between myself and my brother. It's a little frustrating because I put a lot of effort in with that cat, but she jumps right up on his lap and just chills out. She's a turncoat little tramp. Squirrel is. No, I love Squirrel, but she took to Johnny really, really quickly, like weird quickly. She'll get between the two of us and look up like. She definitely gets that we're related. So Squirrel will be all right. I do not have any. What's bad is I could have brought Barb I could have brought the squirrel that was sent to me by the SPTV tattooed warrior, and believe it or not, I considered it, but then I would have had to bring the basket and. Hold on a second. My old cat Raven was super vocal. Squirrel is one of the loudest cats in the world. I mean, the loudest cats in the world, and she just does it around the clock. The problem with Squirrel is she will do it at 4 a.m. and just, stay in the boat. Good call. Really a great call. Stay in the boat, people. Sorry, people. Just trying to make sure. It's so hard reading the comments on this. My cat was like that with me and my mom and hated everybody else. Well, that's Squirrel. Squirrel's not a huge fan of. Squirrel doesn't like women much, and she's not a big fan of strangers either. Peace Lady, all cats are basically a-holes. I mean, it's kind of their defining characteristic, right? They kind of have to be. Cats are great about not caring. You know, that's one of the things that makes them fantastic. Is cats simply do not care. So for the work that I am doing whilst here, I am not wearing a tie, which is good, right? I really want to symbolize something for me that ties are going to suck for the rest of my life. I just don't like them, and I'm not wearing one for this, but I do. But I am dressing up, so I can't wear my Swanical lacrosse shirt. That's not going to work. So, misogynist cat. Yeah, we are cat slaves. That's it. Uh, it's so funny that you say that. I look like Johnny's twin. Yeah, I get that a lot. I look a lot like Johnny Scoville, to be sure. If I had the whole goatee thing going in, your cat loves everyone but you until he is hungry. Checks out. Checks out. Rotisserie chickens are the business. I love rotisserie chickens because you don't have to do anything and they're excellent. You just tear them apart. The lemon pepper, if you ever get the lemon pepper ones, they are the goods. For my money, that's the best. All right, everybody, that's about all of the time that I've got today. I am going to broadcast again. I'd like to figure out how to do it on my laptop. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. If it doesn't, I might be right here. I mean, it sucks, but it is what it is. Scoob, hang in there. Scooby, hang in there. Seriously. You know exactly who would be proud as hell, don't you? You do. Somebody sent me an email yesterday that said, I don't know if you ever talked to Buddha's family, but I talk to Buddha's grandmother all the time. We're in contact almost daily. If it's not daily, it's every other day, and I am passing on all of the love. But she's here all the time. She watches the boat a lot, so she's getting a cat, by the way, picking up a cat named Buddha. So. It's a black and white, great looking cat. It really is. It's a super good looking cat. So I will probably get some pictures. I'm sure that there'll be a picture of Buddha, the new Buddha that will end up on the Facebook lifeboat page, to be sure. All right, people. I'm gonna have to go in there and I shaved, but I missed a spot. I noticed right before I went live, I've got the little patch. Actually, I missed a couple. Yeah, you start getting old and nothing works, man. Nothing works. All right, everybody, there will be no cat in the basket this time. But I'm Captain Tommy, and I will be back as soon as humanly possible, and preferably with a computer. This is awful, and the quality of it and this sideways thing. I hate going live with my phone, but now I'm really late. Now I got to drive back there and get cleaned up and get on my Sunday go to meeting clothes. That was anybody get the reference? Old blues tune. Anyway, all right, people, we'll see you on the next one. All right, between now and then, reach out and try to save somebody. Bye-bye.